Mega Man Star Force. It's a video game series made by Capcom that's part of the bigger Mega Man series. Mega Man is a franchise that spanned many consoles, many decades, and many genres of games. From platformers, racing games, and the subject of this video, RPGs. Starting in 2001, Capcom released the Battle Network games, going all the way to Battle Network 6 in 2005. These proved to be pretty popular after the success of the animated games, especially Battle Network 3 and 4. Capcom was unfortunately seeing diminishing returns after Game 4, so a new series was born, Mega Man Star Force, or Ryusei no Rokuman. It was a trilogy of 3 games on the DS, which is a successor that takes place a long time after Battle Network. This one stars a young boy named Geo Stellar, or Hoshikawa Subaru, who fuses with an alien wolf thing called Omega Sis, or Warrock, to become their own version of Mega Man, or Rockman. Okay, you probably already know about the series, but did you know it had an anime? Yeah, Star Force actually had a short-lived anime that aired in Japan a few months before the game launched, by the way. It had an English dub that didn't get very far. It loosely adapted the first game, and it also had a second season called Tribe, which loosely followed the second one, Circuit X Ninja Xarian. And this anime, it starts off pretty good, but then it kind of takes a nosedive in quality. But you'll find out why later. Anyways, let's go into the opening of this anime. Okay, so far its opening is actually pretty good. It shows off Geo and his friends, him turning to Mega Man, and 3 forms we see in the game. And I think this opening song was sung by Sonia Strum, or Misora Hibiki, who is actually one of Geo's close friends, and she is a pop idol singer. This is much better than the English opening, which I will not be covering the English dub of this anime because for one, it never finished, and two, it's just the same, but like the voices are a little worse. Like, I just prefer the Japanese voices because they sound more accurate to the characters, but anyways, let's begin. So far, this anime actually starts off really good. Like, I like how it faithfully adapts the introductory arc of the first game, where Geo's father goes missing from a space station accident, and how Geo's is recluse after the events since he's depressed. Though the difference here in the anime is that his dad disappears 3 months ago instead of 3 years. Although it's kind of strange that Geo's father going missing isn't really treated as seriously in a lot of the episodes and it's kind of ignored for a lot of the plot, even though it's a major part of Geo's character is like that in the beginning in the games and a major plot point. I'll go more into that later. Anyways, we start off with Geo's mom waking him up to fix their food dispenser, which is being infected by viruses. Which I think they're just copying the plot of Battle Network 1, the beginning, where all the ovens are burning up, and Geo is able to use his battle cards outside of being his Mega Man form, which is kind of interesting. I don't quite remember him being able to do this, but it's been a long ass time since I played these games. I am replaying Star Force 1 and watching cutscenes while making this video, so there's that. And here we are introduced to Luna and her sidekicks, Bud, Bison, and Zack.
委員長おはようキザマロほうこの人ですね父親が亡くなったショックでずっと学校を休んでいるという生徒は
話せよ僕が学校に行こうが行くまいが関係ないだろ
If I were Geo, I'd kick this guy right in the fucking balls. Luna is the typical bossy tsundere, and she has more character in the actual game, but here she's kind of not much really. And Zack is stereotypical nerd, and Bud is typical fat brute. The latter two don't really have much character even in the actual game, so who cares? So yeah, the first 5 episodes are pretty decent actually. Like they do a good job establishing the characters. They establish Geo as a character pretty well and the world around him, and the way he struggles with others and his struggle of losing his father is portrayed pretty well. It's pretty much what expected from an anime about Mega Man Star Force. And they have a good job setting up a Mega Sis for Roarok, and yeah, I'd say it's pretty decent so far. There's also some pretty good stakes going on, like Geo needs to save Luna, who's about to fall to her death. Damn, girl, that is crazy upper body strength. So Geo has to transform into Mega Man to save her. Geo fights some viruses along the way, and after he saves her, she becomes a giant simp, which happens a lot later. So far, so good, and it tells something about Geo. He's willing to save anyone, even if he doesn't particularly like them. Geo and Omegasis have some great character moments in this anime, just like they do in the games. I feel like Geo and Omegasis are portrayed pretty well in this anime, but the problem is Geo's struggles being depressed, going through isolation, and his dark past is not really explored that much. And I feel like they kind of softened his character to make this more of a Saturday morning anime, which it lacks the emotional punch he has in the games. But I'll go into that more later. Next, we're introduced to Tom Dubious, or Shinsuke Utagai. And he is really paranoid about people stealing his creations, because in the past, someone took his creations and took all the credit for it. He was pretty much backstabbed by his boss. It must have been pretty awful. If you can tell, this anime was made on a very low budget, on a shoestring budget. I know this is a mid-2000s kids anime made to sell a video game on the DS, but, the anime, the characters don't even have shading. Even the Battle Network anime early on looked better. The anime does get better animation, quality, the characters look better later on, but, the animation looks very stiff. Oh yeah, and there's a detective cop guy who's very crazy over finding Rockman. Because he's a virus.
どうした疑いどうして天地さんがフライングジャケットのことを知ってるんですか
It's literally on your desk, you dumbass! And now we have Mega Man fighting Cygnus Wing. This is actually a really well done, episode arc. This actually feels like something from the games, like something from Star Force 1. This whole fight's really well written. There's a lot of actual character moments, and actual character stakes going on. This is not exactly what happens in the original game, but this feels like something that would really happen in an anime version of it. Cygnus Wing is about to drop a fucking satellite into the Earth and kill everyone. Damn. We see Geo actually try to reason with Tom, and we see some flashbacks to when Geo helped him, showing that humans can actually be trusted, and helping him fight off his possession. There's really good character dialogue, and overall this feels really impactful. They actually faithfully adapted this arc from the game, for the most part. This is pretty rare because this never really happens again for the rest of the show. Cygnus Wing actually disappears, and I guess we'll see him another day. Wow, this anime is actually really great so far. I wonder how they'll pick up on this. How will they carry through in the rest of these episodes? By making it a goofy, generic monster of the week? I plot for the rest of the show? Okay. Literally nothing important happens here aside from Geo finally goes to school and Bud gets possessed by Taurus Fire and he gets defeated at the end with nothing really happening. There's no stakes, no consequences, no meaningful character interactions with Geo or anyone else. Just Mega Man beats up the bad guy, I guess. Rinse and repeat. These two episodes are okay, but it's literally just there to show off Taurus Fire. They're just here to show off the bosses from the games. That's pretty much all these episodes really do. There's no actual weight behind them. And Geo goes to school only because Omegasis was annoying him. That's pretty much it. Even though going to school was a major struggle he had, he didn't want to go to school until much later in the actual game, where it finally started to open up to other people. It feels like they definitely softened his arc a bit and don't really go into him facing much challenges until much later, I guess. But whatever, fine, I'll let it slide. Omegas is still a really great character and kind of carries this anime, not gonna lie. And in the next 2 episodes, Geo is introduced to Sonia Strum. Or Sonia Sky in the English dub for some reason. And my god, they butchered Sonia so hard in this anime. In the game, Sonia is this gentle, kind, soft-spoken girl who's going through a lot because she lost her mom, who she deeply cares about, and she wants to make music all for her and to make her mom happy. And her songs are made for emotional healing. However, her manager forces her to make music for his own corporate greed and doesn't care about her, other than profit. Her arc mirrored what Gio is going through, losing a parent and being forced to do stuff they don't want to. Going to school in Gio's case, and for her case, making music for this random guy's profit. And that's how they became friends. Like, she became Gio's first brother in the game. That was a major emotional part for both their characters. There was a lot going on behind her cheerful pop idol exterior. She feels like a real person who's going through actual human issues. The anime turned Sonia into this hot-headed bitch, making her a one-note character and stripping out everything that made her interesting. Her mom does not exist, and she just wants to make her own music, and she hates her manager for being annoying. That's literally it. She's just a generic pop idol stereotype. It's weird because most of the characters are pretty faithful. Like, Gio is pretty much how I remember him in the game, even if they heavily softened his character development. Luna is basically herself, but she's a giant simp for Mega Man, which is the case in the games, but it's kind of amplified up to 1,000, and Bun and Zack are irrelevant. And we get absolutely nothing. They completely strip the nuance of her character. There's no emotional climax or setup. There's no like stakes. There's no actual threat. Gio just kind of knocks her out and she's like, what the hell just happened? And the two just become friends in later episodes because the plot needs it. There's like nothing, there's no meaningful interactions between these two characters early on. Something like this would have been far better and far more faithful to Star Force in spirit.
うるさい。苦しいんじゃないのか。どうしてこのあざがうつく。どうして楽しくない。どうして苦しい。お前自身が変わる時がやってきたんだ。お前を苦しめてきた破壊への喜び、その痛みが同じあざを持った俺たちが共有する痛みに変わってきたんじゃないのか。俺たちを導いたこの印、この痛みは何かを訴えている。その答えを得るには自分で考えなければいけないんだ。その答えをこのあざは持っているんじゃないのか。考えを預けるな。お前自身で考えるんだ。魔女の私が何を考える。ディバインが私を導いて愛してくれればそれで。違う。お前がお前を愛するんだ。そんなことができればできないから苦しんでるんじゃないか。ブラックローズドラゴンの効果発動。ブラックローズがいる。
This scene from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds feels like something that would actually happen in Mega Man Star Force. Also, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds and Star Force have a lot in common. I'll make a video on that later. I do really like the scene of Gio with his mom. This one's really nice.
あなた最近元気になってきたじゃない。お母さん嬉しいんだ。スバルが学校に行くようになって。でもどうしたの？何かあった？
なんでもないよ母さん。本当なんでもないんだ。
そっか。よし帰ろう。
ごめん。
Hello, Roll Casket. And then this anime devolves into the typical Monster of the Week fare. I'm only talking about Gemini Spark or Patrick's episode because the rest of these there's literally nothing to talk about. A couple of these feature the optional boss characters like this fucking crab thing, which appears later in the show. Oh, and there's this neat little filler episode where Gio's an Amazon Prime delivery guy, and Gio's mom refers to him as a delivery boy. And let's start off by, damn, Patrick's backstory is way darker than it has any right to be. He dies in a fucking truck accident and he gets revived. His game backstory is also pretty fucked up because his parents threw him in the fucking trash, and he wants to get his revenge. And he developed a split personality called Ray, which is like his darker side. In the anime, his split personality does not exist, and Gemini just takes over him entirely. The white part of Gemini Spark is Pat himself, and the black part is supposed to be Ray, but in the anime, the latter is just Gemini himself. Gemini Spark causes chaos in the city, and there's not much else to talk about other than the fight scenes are cool, I guess. That's kind of it. And now we're on the Luna Snake episode. This is where the English dub ended, by the way. She's jealous of Sonia because she wants Mega Man. Okay, next. And now we're on episode 26, and wow, it's anime actually remembered at a plot. Episode 26 to 31 are honestly some of the best episodes in this anime, and it's a weird shame it never got dubbed. Now we see Tom, who dipped for several episodes, is finally back. But something seems off. These episodes are genuinely amazing. There's some really great moments between Gio and Omega. The fight scenes are really great, like there's some actual fight choreography, and the animation's pretty decent here in these episodes. We also get to finally see the 3 Star Force forms. And there's a very satisfying end. Like, I feel like the anime could have honestly ended here and I wouldn't have complained. Like, this is honestly really damn good. I feel like I cannot explain how good this is in words, so I'm just gonna let the footage speak for itself.
ためらうなスバル。でも奴の手に乗るな。攻撃しろ。できないよ。相手は人間なんだよ。今の奴は人間じゃねえ。早く撃て。ダメだ。僕には撃てないよ。スバル。
そうなんです、スバル君。 FM 星人にとって地球人は虫けらも同然なんです。だから僕のことを撃てたなんて平気で言えるんです。あの時もそうです。宇宙ステーションを襲撃した時も。
宇宙ステーション
FM 王の命令でウォーロック率いる9体の FM 星人が君のお父さんの宇宙ステーションを攻撃したんです。
戦闘に集中しろスバル。
君のお父さんを殺したのはそのウォーロックなんですよ。
本当なの？ウォーロック。集中しろスバル。電波変換が維持できなくなるぞ。ウォーロックが父さんを殺した犯人かもしれないんだ。
スバル君。
ウォーロック、やっぱり君が父さんを殺したんだ。だから何も言えないんだ。そうなんだろ。絶好だウォーロック。絶好だよ。二度と僕の前に姿を現すな。
そうか、俺が信用できねえなら仕方ねえな。短い付き合いだったが。だがスバル、 FM 星で殺伐と育った俺だが、お前のおかげで一つだけ地球人の感情を理解できるようになった気がする。友情とかいうやつをな。まあ俺の勘違いかもな。あばよスバル。
私の手の中というわけだ。
スバルだけは助けてくれ。
なら答えてもらおう。アンドロメダの鍵はどこだ。
やめろ。やめてくれ。
アンドロメダの鍵は
俺の体の中だ。
やはりそうか。
地球に来た彼は星川昴という少年と出会い、友情を育みながら力を合わせ地球のために戦ってきた。
友情。
スバル、 FM 星で殺伐と育った俺だが、お前のおかげで一つだけ地球人の感情を理解できるようになった気がする。友情とかいうやつを。
ウォーロックは僕の友達だ。
我々は 今のウォーロックが本当の彼だと信じている。
スバルじゃねえか。待てスバル。よせやめろスバル。おいスバル。
無事でよかった。
バカ野郎なんて無茶を。なんで来た。
決まってるだろ。君と一緒に戦うためさ。
スバルお前俺のこと
電波変換だウォーロック。
わかった。
電波変換星川スバルオンエア。ありがとうウォーロック。僕を助けるために大切なアンドロメダの鍵を手放してくれて。
礼を言うのは俺の方だ。お前が来てくれたおかげで命拾いしたぜ。
当然さ、友達だもん。
スバルお前との約束についてだが。
ウォーロックは父さんを殺したりしてないよね。父さんはきっと生きている。
I really like how they adapted when Geo and Omega Sis cut ties with each other, ended up reconciling later. I really like the interesting twist how like Omega Sis quote unquote killed Geo's father, only to find out that wasn't really the case. I think this is really well done. There's a lot going on in these episodes. Like there's a lot of serious stakes and like actual moments going on that really catch your attention. As you can see, these episodes really focus on Geo and Omega Sis as characters, and we actually see Geo overcoming challenges and seeing him grow as a character and form a deeper bond with Omega Sis and those he cares about, while fighting off world-ending threats. And I like how we see the 3 AMians helping Geo and seeing him kick ass with all the forms. Bro must be playing Star Force DX because there's no way he has all 3. Anyways, these episodes are fantastic. They cover some pretty important stuff like Omega Sis having the Andromeda Key, which Cygnus Wing and Gemini Spark are fighting over, and it's a good setup for the final boss of Star Force 1. All I have to say is these episodes are peak, and I'm excited for what happens next. I wonder what they could possibly do. Surely it's amazing stuff like this, right? Yeah, what could possibly be next? 18 episodes of filler. Oh, for fuck's sake! From episode 32 to episode 49. It's all a bunch of nonsensical bullshit, like these old fuckers, old FM beings, trying to fill up the Andromeda Key, which, spoilers, is a fake key, and it was being filled up by the crab guy's tears. And they accomplished literally nothing. And I'll die in the end anyway. Like, some of the filler is pretty alright, but some of the filler is so fucking boring it puts me to sleep. Literally a good chunk of these episodes are just these idiots fucking around doing stupid shit with goofy ass music. There is like zero actual fucking plot in these episodes. What the hell even happens? It's mindless, boring fucking slop, filled with inconsequential bullshit. And here we have a quiz show hosted by Libra Scales. God, this shit is so fucking boring and pointless! Sorry for the yelling, I'm tired and it's 2 AM right now when I'm editing this. This fucking bastard pisses me off so much. I want to kill him and melt him into molten bronze. Everyone attending is a dumbass brain-dead cunt who should fucking kill themselves. Like, did we need 4 fucking episodes about this stupid fucking scale and this goddamn quiz show I don't give a flying fuck about? Like, oh my god, I don't care. Like, what the hell is the point of this shit? Like, oh my god. Like, this, I want to melt this motherfucker. Your quiz show fucking sucks. It fell off. Who cares? Is bro retarded or high as fuck? Kill yourself, you worthless piece of shit. I'm more interested in this J-pop idol shit in the background than the actual plot. There's this one episode with the wolf, and it's pretty nice, but I don't care. Oh, and there's Cancer Bubble, the crab, who's like funny for one episode, but is really fucking annoying in everything else. His voice is so fucking annoying, I want to smack him across the room.
知っている僕見ていた僕この装置があれば電波ウイルスをいくらでも呼び集められるんだ僕これさえあれば地球滅亡もたやすい僕
Same voice actor as Doraemon, by the way. And we have the Luna cooking episode. Episode's alright, but I kinda can't like it as much as Luna's kind of a bitch in this anime. This is where I kinda get annoyed by Luna simping for Rockman, because I kinda prefer where she just found out that Gio was Mega Man in Star Force 1 and just quietly accepted it. Finally, we're done with all that 18 episodes of boring filler. Jeez, imagine watching this show on TV. Finally, we're back to the actual plot, with Gemini Spark causing some shit with Andromeda.
車に気をつけてね。はーい。あんなに元気に学校に行くなんて、スバルは強くなったわ。あなた。
Gio's mom is voiced by Rockman EXE, by the way. And I think this is the only time they ever mention brother bands, which is kind of strange. And now we finally get to learn what happened to Gio's dad. And all the backstory is pretty neat, actually.
父さん。
And all the FM beings get killed. Every single one of them completely obliterated by Gemini Spark. That's what they deserve for making me sit through 18 episodes of boring filler.
お前に選択の自由はないんだよ。一体どういうつもりだ。何のために。セミニサンダー。
Oh, and there's the Star Carriers from Star Force 2. Gio and Sonia fight Gemini Spark, and they have some good character moments, I guess. Gio beats down Andromeda and stops Gemini Spark and saves the day. And Gio meets up with his father for the one last time. They have a good talk about brother bands, and his dad just leaves. I really like this moment, even if we never see him again. And he basically sends off like,
The world. My final message. Goodbye.
And so far, I'd say those last 5 episodes are pretty decent, even if they don't feel that impactful as like the earlier mid-season arc. I'd say it's a pretty alright ending. I honestly feel like the show could have ended right here. And my final thoughts on this anime. There are some really great moments. I think it starts off really well, and then it just kind of becomes a boring monster of the week. Gio beats a bad guy with no real things going on, and then there's a really great mid-season arc, and I think it's honestly the best part of this anime. It's like really damn good. It's exactly what I want from a Star Force anime about Mega Man Star Force, and then there's a bunch of boring filler which kind of just kills the pacing for me. It kind of just almost kills the show for me. Gio and the Megasys are like the only part of this anime I actually care about, because like I feel like a lot of the characters are either kind of just one note, or like Sonia is just completely a different character, and I kind of hate her in this anime. The problem with the filler is, like, imagine watching a show it was airing on TV. Like, you have to sit through so much of his nonsense. Like, I don't care. Also, I think the episodes being like only a half length, like around 10 minutes each, I think kind of hurts the show. Like, you could technically read it as a full-length anime episode cut in half, because I feel their episodes are basically 2-parters, but I just don't think it works out that well. This anime has some great strong moments, and I think they have a good potential and base for what they could have done, but it just, like, they wasted so much doing random stuff, like the typical Monster of the Week. Like, yeah, the games have Monster of the Week, but I feel like there's some stuff actually happening. Like, in the game, yeah, it's sort of a Monster of the Week, but the thing is that the monster, every boss in the game reflects someone's internal weakness, and it actually affects Gio as a character, and he grows incrementally through these encounters. Like, they actually affect him.
and the person changes after they're defeated. Like they actually have consequences and have effect on the characters. But here in this anime, they don't really do that. It's just there to show off the FM being, and he just gets defeated, and we just continue with nothing happening really. Star Force, the actual game, covers some pretty serious themes, like themes of loss, isolation, manipulation, opening up to other people, and forming friendships. I'm not expecting the anime to be one-to-one faithful 100% to the games, like completely one-to-one, but at least I'm expecting to be close enough in spirit and tone and feel like something from the game, which anime actually does really well in some episodes, has done really well before. That's the most frustrating part. A lot of this filler doesn't meaningfully develop the characters or do the characters in any interesting ways. It's just there to stretch the episode count. It doesn't, I'm not getting anything fun from the characters really. I'm just getting blatant padding. The problem is the anime didn't earn its filler. It didn't earn 18 episodes of filler. There's other animes where there's much more serious shit. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds has 2 major arcs where a lot happens, and these filler episodes actually are just breathers that let the characters relax after so much shit happening. Those actually feel earned. Here it does not. Normally, I wouldn't mind filler. I don't mind it in between, the male episode where Gio's delivering stuff. I don't mind that as a short break. But, there's, 18 episodes of filler in a row. And this show is 55 episodes long. You're basically taking a third of the show doing random bullshit. I don't mind filler. I think it's great. A filler episode about Gio's backstory would be nice. One where he's with his mom or his dad, or where he explored what his life was before his father disappeared. These would have made some nice filler episodes as good flashbacks that deepen his character, even if it's not that important. Star Force 3 had some of those kind of flashbacks in there briefly. Anything is better than the stupid fucking 4-episode quiz show bullshit. You know it's sad when the anime about Mega Man Battle Network, made by the same studio, is far better than the Star Force anime. The full-length episodes actually feel like they have real stakes and an actual plot in them. And is somehow more faithful to the actual game, with many of the episodes being just scenarios from the first 2 games. Or stuff that would realistically happen in the Battle Network series. I know I'm talking about my ass, and I have not watched all of Battle Network, but from when I watched the first 2 episodes of Season 1, it was pretty good for a member. It was actually funny, the plot actually felt satisfying to watch, and it overall looks better than the Star Force anime. Even though Battle Network is far less story-focused than Star Force, the anime is much better than Battle Network somehow, even though Star Force had much more of a template. And yes, the Battle Network anime is pretty goofy and lighthearted, but at least it's consistent about its tone. The Star Force anime can't decide whether it wants to be a more grounded, serious story about loss and connecting to others, or some goofy, nonsensical brain rot. The Battle Network anime is goofy too, but at least it's consistent. And Battle Network is less story-focused, so it actually has an excuse to be goofy. And somehow the plot episodes actually feel like they have serious stakes and more stuff going on in the Star Force one somehow. From what I remember, the first 2 seasons were pretty decent, but then it kind of falls off a cliff with Stream. Also, the fish guy, the optional boss character from Battle Network, is really damn funny. And he's way funnier than the crab guy. I wanted a whole show about this guy. Oh, and the animation studio behind Star Force and Battle Network is Zebek. They have worked with Capcom before on the series, and they did the animated cutscenes for X4 and Mega Man 8, and the Maverick Hunter X Day of Sigma OVA. Wait, don't click off the video, we're not done. There's a very short second season we need to talk about. Tribe. Yeah, this season did not need to exist. It's basically a giant Star Force 2 advertisement, just a Star Force 2 ad. Yeah, it's 21 episodes, it's very rushed, and this season did not need to exist. It's honestly really forgettable. And on a side note, Star Force 2 is my least favorite game in the series, and I feel like it has the weakest story in all of the trilogy. It feels more like a weird side story than actually continuing what happened in the series. It just feels like a bunch of random events happen Geo and the gang going on random adventures. I feel like Star Force 2 just lacks the cohesive narrative the first and third game had. And this game feels relatively inconsequential for the most part. Like, you could skip this game, go from the first to third game, and not be all that confused. Okay, I know some of you are gonna get really pissed off, but okay, maybe I'll make a separate video talking about Star Force 2 and why I feel it's the weakest of the trilogy. Okay, I'll do it in another video. So, put your pitchforks down, okay? This video is already getting too long. Okay, I'm gonna be for real. Nothing really happens in this anime. It's just Geo finding the OOP arts. Okay, Geo investigates a museum because there's some viruses going on, and the two bosses from the game steal the Berserker OOP art, or the Sword of Berserk. In their attempt to steal it, Omega Sis eats the sword, and now he has one of them. Oh dear god, not this fucking crap. Please turn him into seafood. And then Geo meets Dr. Vega, who is totally not evil. She exposition dumps about Mu and the OOP arts. Then Rogue attacks. Geo has a badass fight with Rogue for a little bit. Rogue gets hit by a giant laser and disappears. And then Geo and his friends are playing a Mario Party ass minigame. Sony wants to help out Geo and teams up with him. And then Rogue comes back to fight Geo again while ore farming, and then Geo unlocks his Thunder Berserker form. And then Rogue dips. One more time. Geo fights a fat, rich Yeti guy in the Himalayas, and no OP art in here. And now we meet the pretentious artist theater guy. I mean Hyde. Bro, your art is fucking ass. You can't even draw that lady properly. Your art is fucking shit, bro. You're not Junji Ito. You will never be as good as Junji Ito. He's a real horror artist. Junji Ito is the GOAT. He's the real horror G. You're a pretentious piece of shit. With zero self-awareness, zero riz. Also, damn, this lady has some really good-ass titties. Geo goes to Egypt, and he fights Hyde, and, there's no OP art. That was a waste of fucking time. And he fights Rogue again. Yeah, cool. And now we have the Loch Ness. Oh, dear God, that brings back terrible memories. Yeah, anyways, the fat guy gets the OP art, the dinosaur one. Geo and Sonia goes to some Aztec ruins, and Luna's there for cooking, I guess, and they stop a giant bird. Oh, and it's a really good character moment for Geo. Geo and the gang meet bootleg Naruto and start doing ninja training. Geo fights Rogue for the very last time, and then Rogue just fucking dips. And Hyde steals the ninja OOP art. Also, this anime is paced way too fucking fast, so I can't even tell what's going on, and I'm just forgetting what the hell even happens. Geo fights these two fuckers, and Hyde is a painting art class they teaches. This wannabe Junji Ito fucker teaches the kids how to paint. You suck. And here's another good Geo character moment.
スバル。
いらないよ。
なんだと。何が不満だ。金があれば欲しいもの何でも手に入るぞ。世の中金だろ。
ムーの力を悪いことに使うなんていけないよ。それと父さんと約束したんだ。地球はお前に任せたって。だから僕はムーの復活を許さない。
スバル。
Geo is fighting the Yeti and chaos is happening in the streets. Meanwhile, this bastard is art class. Nobody actually cares about doing the art class. They just want to play.
食べてもらいたいです。
ロックマン。
でしたらスバル君にあげればいいんですよ。
そうだよ。ロックマンはスバルなんだから。
私はロックマン様が星川君だなんて認めませんわ。
Can I get permission to smack this bitch? Una's giant simping for Mega Man. At first I thought it was cute, kind of dumb, whatever, but now it kind of annoys me because she does not understand Geo being Mega Man and keeps going to denial mode. At least in the game, she matured and actually had some character development and growth, and she starts to respect Geo as a person after knowing that he's Mega Man.
ロックマンの正体は星川スバル。確か
星川茜と言います。よろしくお願いします。
星川茜、星川スバル。まさか。
はい、星川スバルはうちの子ですが、何か？
Your art is fucking ass. What is this?
いいえ。ということは彼女はロックマンのお母さん？ロックマンに次ぐ。
ハイド。
お前のお母さんは預かった。
なんだって？
いい加減なことを言うんじゃねえ。これを見てもそう言えるかな。
母さん。
なんてこった。本当に私はついている。こうしているだけでオーパーツが転がり込んでくるのだからな。射精会は終わりって言っただろう。とっとと帰りなさい。
さあ帰りましょう。はい、そうですね。
Jesus fucking Christ.
星川さん。
はい、なんでしょう先生。
ちょっと待ってください。星川さんは大事な人質だ。
人質？
だってよろしかったら私のモデルになってくださいませんか。
モデル？
Just fucking leave already.
せいだ。これぞ芸術、これぞアート。はあ、自分の才能が空恐ろしい。どれどれ。
これのどこがスバル君のお母さんなんでしょう。っていうかこれ本当に人間？
What the fuck is that？ です、星川さん。ロックマン。
卑怯者め、人質を取るなんて。
この人は宅配便のお兄さん。
Bruh, this is the stupidest fucking callback they could ever make. Hyde kidnaps Geo's mom and ooh, nice ass shot. Damn. Holy fuck, she had a wop. Damn, she got that nice ass, wet ass pussy. And Geo's dad's not coming home? Bro, what? Why? Fine, I'll eat it. I hate this. I hate that they made Geo's mom a complete dumbass just to serve the plot. They literally made her delusional just for the plot to work. For some reason, she can't figure out that her own son is Mega Man. No, he literally screamed mom, and he has the same fucking haircut, the same voice, and all that shit, but nope. Like, it would have been a cute callback to the episode, but this is just fucking stupid. It doesn't work in a serious situation like this. What the hell is this? I get that she's kind of a goofball, but you have to make her a fucking dumb ass. Why did they even make her a plot device? Like, why? I mean, I like Geo's mom, but Rogue needs some more fucking screen time. Like, bro barely shows up in this anime aside fighting Geo a couple times. And just leaving. God, this whole thing is so fucking stupid. How did the writers not think this through? This is the most dumbest fucking plot. Like, what the hell were they thinking with this shit? Jesus fucking Christ.
その人を離せファントムブラック。
宅配便のお兄さん。
そんなに欲しければ自分で取ってみろ。ファントムスラッシュ。
宅配便のお兄さんが。
話していいのかな。
宅配便のお兄さんが。
I'm sorry, but her saying delivery boy while the boy's literally screaming mom takes me out of the plot entirely. And Dr. Vega pulls Lumine from Mega Man X8 and just becomes the secret villain. In the actual Star Force 2, she revived Mu because she lost her husband and wants to bring him back, and to get her revenge on the world for her husband's death. But here, she's just evil because she wants to be.
信じてたのに信じてたのにみんなの未来を世界を守るためだってそう信じてたのにだから僕は
ロックマン。
ならいい勉強になったでしょ。これからは気をつけることね。悪い大人に騙されないように。あなたなんかにオーパッツは渡さない。絶対に。
よっしゃー、よく言ったぜ。それでこそスバルだ。
言うじゃない。エンプティ
ほっ
行くぞモーロック。
Ra Moon was awakened, and now Geo and Tonya meet Rogan, or wait, Solo? They never refer to him by his actual human name. Strange.
ベルセルクの剣は頂戴した。
かつてラムーを封印しようとして大勢のムーの仲間が犠牲になった。
ムーの仲間。
あなたもムーの人間なの？
俺はラムーの封印を守るためラムーと共に眠りについた。万が一ラムーが目覚めようとした時それを阻止するために。
だから君はベルセルクの剣を持つウォーロックをしつこく襲ってきたのか。
ベルセルク、ダイナソー、シノビ、3つの石にはラムーのパワーを封じ込めてある。
Oh, so that's where he was. He was asleep. And the Moo lore doesn't really matter because it's kind of self-contained and doesn't really... It's never really explored again. I don't care. Rogue is out here kicking some ass again. Finally, he's been gone for like so long. And then Geo grabs a sword and becomes Tribe King. So the ninja and Saurian forms appear on screen for 2 seconds. When they have more screen time in the intro than the actual show. She knew the whole time and was in denial. And here we have an extremely anticlimactic ending. Oh wait, we're not done. Oh, this fucking creature's trying to enter the Earth, and Rogue appears and conveniently just stops him, and Geo gets 3 OOP arts and defeats him. And there we go. This is a very rushed ending. For what literally was the Earth threat, but to come into the fucking planet, all that shit happened. This is their reaction. Like, no real ending or anything. Like, and then they just awkwardly jump cut to a Sonya concert with reused animation from the intro. There's like no proper resolution to what happened. Like, for what was supposed to be a serious, like, ultra world ending threat that just ended, they sure as hell don't react like it. You could remove Tribe completely, and this anime really would not change much at all. The anime's like rushed pacing, like none of the moments land, like nothing really emotionally lands with me, and I just kind of forget what even happens. Like, Rogue doesn't have much of a meaningful rivalry with Gio. He just kind of fights him briefly, disappears, and then saves the world at the end. I feel like Gio and Rogue's rivalry would have been really cool. Like, it could have been some Naruto versus Sasuke type shit. The intro hypes up as some big thing, but it really isn't much in the anime at all. This ending doesn't really feel earned. Like, the last 2 episodes had some good stuff going on. Like, I like the part with Gio and Omega Sis. Like Omega Sis had to risk his life to save him, which is a pretty neat part. Like, most of this anime is pretty inconsequential, doesn't really feel like much is going on. And the ending is extremely rushed. Like, there's no proper resolution, there's no weight behind what happened. It's just the whole season feels empty. Tribe feels extremely forgettable, and the rushed pacing definitely amplifies that. I can tell this anime went through some production issues, but even then there's some weird decisions that just make no sense at all. Tribe just feels like a Mega Man Star Force 2 ad, and it really did not need to exist. Like, this whole anime in general just feels like wasted potential. It honestly is just wasted potential. Like, for an anime about Mega Man Star Force, I expected so much better. Like, I feel so disappointed with this, when the series itself is known for its really good storytelling. Like, I cannot recommend this anime really unless you really like Mega Man, like to an chronically obsessive degree like I do. And as a neat curiosity, I guess. Maybe I'm a little bit numb because I was wanting to watch this anime for years. Like, I remember playing Star Force games and really liked them, and I wanted to watch this anime for a while. Like, I've known about this anime, but I never watched much beyond the first few episodes. And I was like, I thought this anime was going to be heat. But I was so wrong. I guess it did not live up to my standards. Gio and Omega Sis carry this anime so hard, especially Tribe. Like, I do not care for Tribe if it weren't for Gio and Omega Sis. They carry the anime so hard. And Rogue, despite barely appearing. The anime just kind of jumps from random OOPR shenanigans to like this stupid ass pretentious artist bastard to Illuminate for Mega Man X8. And the episodes kind of get good until like it's extremely rushed, where Gio just uses like the wave command code from Star Force 2 and gets a Tribe King and just beats the game like how most people play this game did. Like, I would expect this anime to be some hype-ass shit. This should have been a slam dunk if they played their cards right. But unfortunately, this anime is probably being made, like, right when the game was being developed or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, like, this anime just fell off so hard. Like, the first season had some good stuff going on for it, even if I feel like they wasted so much. And Tribe, nothing really happens. That's kind of why I kind of just did a plot synopsis. Like, you could probably watch the anime for yourself and feel the same way. I cannot imagine how they adapt Star Force 3, which is like honestly the best story in the series. Left a sour taste in my mouth. Anyways, yeah, that was the Mega Man Star Force anime. Maybe I'll do a video on why I don't like Star Force 2's story that much, but that's for another time. Yeah, anyways, yeah, that's all. See y'all next time when I do another video. This video took way too long to make. I wanted to get this done before the collection released, so I can get the hype and attention from all this, and I wanted to make a video on this anime before anyone else did. Alright, take care.